under 15 minutes? 2 more. Let's see if I can do it. Again, you can pause any time to think about this. Remember that. And to work on your own. The successful implementation of a new curriculum depends on the cooperation of faculty with students in setting achievable goals within a reasonable time. So implementation went to implement, cooperation went to cooperate, and achievable went to achieved. Great. Let's see what we got. In order to successfully implement new curriculum depends on, okay, there's a problem there. You can't say in order to something depends. So that's what, so we're going to have to find another way to put it. This in order to messes up the depends. We got to say somebody or something depends. We can't say in order to something depends. So what can we do? But I like the in order to. So I'll show you down here what to do. Let's just look at the rest of this. Cooperate in setting goals that can be achieved. Yeah, that's pretty good. So what did I do here? I kept the in order to, and then what I did is I broke up my characters and I put them in different places down here. So I said, in order to successfully implement new curriculum, faculty must cooperate with students. And by doing that, by starting here, right, and actually you could probably put a comma there, right, either there or here. By starting there with our character, with a subject, faculty, I don't have to use that depends because I've already set it up with the in order to. See, the depends works if we don't use in order to. I guess here's the thing. You either use in order to or you use depends, but you don't use both of them. So since I decided to use in order to, then I'm going to throw out the depends, and now I'll just start with this. Faculty must cooperate with students. So I create a relationship with a strong verb, faculty and students. And then to set, instead of in setting, it seems like to set works better since to set goals. And then let's put our characters again. Students can achieve within a reasonable time. So I got my character in. I got faculty in once here and then students in twice. So we know who is doing what. And that's usually going to make your sentences stronger and easier for your reader to understand if they know who is doing what. And then finally, this last one is really tough, okay, because of the content. Our evaluation of the outcomes of the programs placed emphasis on objective measures despite our recognition of the low level of rater agreement. What that means is something like, they were trying to make it look like it was objective even though people didn't really agree. And notice what I did, I just said it again. But anyway, what did this person do? Evaluation went to evaluated, good. Emphasis went to emphasized, good. Agreement went to agreed, and recognition went to recognized. Yeah, great. So what do we have? When we evaluated the outcomes of the program, we emphasized objective measures even though we recognized the agreed low-level rating. I'm really good with everything up to there, okay? Then this agreed low-level rating, I'm not happy with that. That's now your reader is scratching their head. They don't know what the heck you're talking about. So I think the way to do it is, again, to get our character in there. And you're going to see this in the next lesson in style. So, well, what is that? Well, we're talking about raters here. So let's have the raters doing something. So even though we recognize that raters, that is the people who are rating, who are doing the evaluating, often did not agree. So notice how I basically made this little clause that's really clear. Even if raters almost look like rats, but even raters did not agree. So this is actually not the verb. It's the subject of this clause, but it's our character. When we evaluate the outcomes of programs, we emphasize the objective measures, even though we recognize that raters often did not agree. Okay, so you can see it's not quite as short as this one, but it's clearer, and it's definitely shorter than that. All right. Yeah, this is a little tricky, but let's try the next. Again, take your time. If you went through this quickly, you might want to go back if you didn't, like I asked you to, and pull out your own answers and have them up on the screen as well, or in front of you, and be pausing and working on your own to see what you can do. And again, if you have other ideas on good ways to do this, send them to the coffee shop, and we can all look at them and see what we think. And the next step is to watch my next preview of your lab for week 5, because now you're going to take a paragraph out of your own draft and see if you can apply the principles we've learned so far to revising your sentences there. I'll see if it works. I'm gonna model that for you as somebody's paragraph, and then I want you to try that for your lab for this week. Okay, for week 5. All right.